Now, normally, under normal circumstances, I would prefer to not do basic bitch culture war content. I mean, I've covered a little bit of culture war stuff over the years. Um, but usually when I thought it was particularly relevant, this seems not particularly relevant, but at the same time, it was just too based, I guess, not to cover. I really like Sydney Sweeney, like aesthetically, like she's absolutely gorgeous. I don't buy like drives me crazy whenever dudes on my side, especially like the red pill guys, will look at Sydney Sweeney and go mid. She's mid, mid. Like no, she's not. Fuck off. Like, but she's gorgeous. She's actually a good actress. Like I'm here for it. And what I really love is the fact that she does seem to be one of our guys. Like probably not completely. Like let's be real here. She's like what 26, 27, 28, something like that. She's young, you know. Um Probably doesn't share every single take and opinion that we share, but she does seem to be at least somewhat heckin' based. So she did this GQ interview, and she got pressed about the whole American Eagle jeans ad, and it did not go the way the interviewer thought it was going to go. And like I really just like I said, base Sydney Sweeney for refusing to bend to the will of the perpetually offended.
We're sort of talking around this American Eagle ad right now, and maybe we should just talk about it. So, were you surprised by the reaction?
I did a jean ad. I mean, the reaction definitely was a surprise, but it was. I love jeans. All I wear are jeans. I'm literally in jeans and a t-shirt like every day of my life.
Jeans are uncontroversial.
Very simple person, very simple lady. Just like I wear jeans every day. A jean company asked me to do an ad campaign for them, so I said yes. Simple as, very relatable. Doesn't think too much about it.
Jeans are awesome.
Yeah, I like your jeans.
You look great in your jeans. I think I know how you're going to answer this, but I'm going to ask anyway. I mean, the president tweeted about the jeans ad, or Truth Socialed about the jeans ad, and that just seems to me like a very crazy moment for anyone, and I wondered what that was like.
It was surreal.
It was surreal.
Mm-hmm.
And it would be totally human. I would probably feel like thankful that somebody had my back in public, and conveniently some very powerful people had my back in public. And I wondered if you felt that way.
I don't think that it's not that feeling I didn't have that feeling, but I wasn't thinking of it like that, or like of any of it. I kind of just put my phone away. I was filming every day. I'm filming Euphoria, so I'm working like 16-hour days, and I don't really bring my phone on set, so I work and then I go home and I go to sleep.
Very relatable, very base. She's like, I ain't got time for this culture war bullshit. I'm not, it's cool that the president and the vice president had my back, but whatever. I just at the time it was happening, I didn't think about it. I work 16-hour days. I work and I go home and I go to bed. That's very, like I said, it's very relatable. It's one of the things people like about this lady is how relatable and attainable she seems to be.
So I didn't really see a lot of it.
You've made a really good case for keeping your thoughts and your life separate from that work. But the risk is that, there's a chance that somebody will get some idea about what you think about certain issues and feel like I don't want to see Christy because of that. Like, do you worry about that?
No. No. If somebody is closed off because of something they read online to a powerful story like Christy, then I hope something else can open their eyes to being open to art and being open to learning. And I'm not gonna be affected by that.
Yeah.
Yeah, stop being like so easily triggered that you let every single like you let the you know the like that you let the personal politics of like every celebrity affect whether or not you're going to engage with a piece of art. Right now, I've said like that everything is within reason. So obviously, there are some lines that shouldn't be crossed. Again, I refuse to play Ghost of Yote, not because the actress is a Trantifa lesbian, or Trantifa, oops, because she's an Antifa lesbian, because they replaced Jin Sakai with they took Jin Sakai out and they put a chick in it and made her lame and gay. Like I didn't care. I'm still gonna play the game. I really was. I was going to buy it and everything. And then the one member of the team, of the Soccer Punch team, celebrated Charlie Kirk's death. And that was a deal breaker for me. So there is a obviously I do think you do need to have some kind of threshold where it's like there are certain lines that you probably think shouldn't be crossed. But by and large, you can probably get by without having to let, every single just completely trigger you into like for instance, I love the Highlander franchise. It's a huge. I adore Highlander, the first movie with Christopher Lambert. I love the Highlander TV series with Adrian Paul, and I loved Highlander Endgame. I thought that was a really good movie. Well, it's not. I mean, I really liked it. It wasn't a particularly good movie, but you get my point. I really love the Highlander franchise. And I don't care how much of a shit lib Dave Batista is. I'm still going to see it. Like I don't care that they got a shit lib to play the Kurgan. Like that doesn't bother me. Like that's not a deal breaker for me. Now, if Dave Batista came out and said, fuck, Charlie Kirk, he deserved to get shot in the neck, just as an example of something horrible that I think is beyond the pale. And yeah, maybe I would consider not patronizing the movie, even though I love Henry Cavill, I love Chad Stahelski, and I love the franchise. That might be a line cross for me, but that's just an example. I don't care that Dave Bautista's a shit lib. I'm going to see the movie anyway. You need to be more open to stuff like that because not everybody is going to share every single one of your political ideals.
You've come here like really willing to talk about this whole discourse that doesn't have that much to do with you, and I'm grateful for that. Is there something that you want to say about the ad itself? The Sydney Sweeney has great genes. Do you have?
The ad spoke for itself.
You think the ad spoke for itself?
Yeah.
Okay, and
see, this is so slimy. The way she's trying to like, is there anything you want to say? Well, the ad, Sydney Sweeney has great genes. She look at that face. She unironically has great genes. It's just that's literally a true statement. Sydney Sweeney won the genetic lottery. That's not untrue to say.
the criticism of the content, which was basically that maybe specifically in this political climate, like white people shouldn't joke about genetic superiority. Like that was kind of like the criticism, broadly speaking. And
she's not saying nowhere in the American Eagle jeans ad like you're extrapolating you're making a huge leap. Like there are people from all races who have good genes who win the genetic lottery. I've been playing Cyberpunk recently. Idris Elba won the genetic lottery. The dude is tall and handsome and has that gravelly deep voice. Is fucking um oh god, I had an Asian actor in my mind and then I lost it. Yes. Well, I mean, he's kind of like irrelevant now because like it's been so long since he's done anything. But like Takashi Kaneshiro, who is famous for being the model and voice actor for Seminosuke Akechi from the Onimusha series, and he's done some films. He did like House of Flying Daggers and um, stuff like that. He won the genetic lottery, and like it's anybody from any race can have good genes. So if a white person talks about having good genes, it shouldn't evoke anything except the Austrian painter people. The 1930s German men, they had an obsession with genetics, and now that means white people are never allowed to talk about having good genes ever again. Fuck off.
Since you are talking about this, I just wanted to give you an opportunity to talk about that specifically.
I think that when I have an issue that I want to speak about, people will hear.
Yeah, she's like, I'm not talking about this. This is stupid. Now, I've heard Sydney Sweeney is like a registered Republican. I don't know how true that is. Um, there was the thing about her family wearing like I mean, they weren't. It was like make birthdays great again or something like that. It was like a whole like joke gag present for like her mom's birthday. Everybody wore these red hats. It said something like it was like make birthdays great again or something like that. It wasn't literal MAGA hats, but it was obviously evoking the imagery of MAGA. And maybe her family leans to the right. Like maybe her parents are Trump people, and she was just all like, "Oh, well, this would be cute for my mom because my mom likes Trump," and even she doesn't even have to. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, I've heard that Sydney Sweeney's a Republican, and I don't care if she is or not. Like, if she is, cool, based. She's on our team, and that's great. We don't have a ton of high profile celebrities on our team. If she's not, I also don't care. I also genuinely don't care because she's at least savvy enough that she understands that Republicans buy shoes too, quoting, the famous Michael Jordan, that like maybe she's a Democrat, maybe she leans left, but she knows that like, Republicans watch movies too. So I'm not going to go out here and alienate half of my potential audience, which is just good business. So even if she is a Democrat, I don't hate her for it. Like I don't care. But now the memes coming out of this are hilarious. What's it like to have sex? You'll never know. Hilarious. Just for the record, would because I'm a disgusting animal. Obviously, with Sydney Sweeney, like that's obvious. But I'm talking about the interviewer whose name I
We're
can't
sort of
remember.
talking around.
Catherine Stoffel. Yeah, I probably would because I'm a fucking disgusting animal. Here's the AI image of Donald Trump in the Sydney Sweeney jean outfit. I really don't care, Catherine. Fucking JD Vance reference. Here's a good. Because I'm suicidally empathetic, white colonizing oppressor, I feel the need to constantly reassure the rest of the world that I am not only awake of my inherent white privilege, but also that I battle against it as part of my overall fight against racism and all other words ending in phobia. Surely you are the same. No. This is the one I pulled for the thumbnail. I have great genes. You mean jeans, right? Right? The Anakin and Padme meme. This is true. Beyonce can pose in Levi jeans and it's art, but when a white woman, Sydney Sweeney, does it, it's a national crisis. Yeah, to these people, everything is a national crisis, though. So yeah, like I said, I don't normally do culture war stuff. I've covered it a little bit over the years, but normally I prefer to actually cover like hard politics, actual current events. I do the occasional kind of like story that's a little less important. Like I did the other day I covered the Nintendo thing, Nintendo winning the lawsuit, but I also thought that was kind of relevant about because it was like, you know, a big corporation and winning a lawsuit against a guy who was stealing from them. I thought it was, relevant. It wasn't just culture war stuff, but you know, I thought this interview was funny, and I again, this could be a portent of things to come of celebrities being smart enough to not alienate people on purpose. You know, we need less Amy Schumers and more Sydney Sweeney's in the world. But yeah, be sure to comment and like the video and subscribe if you're not subscribed and do all the algorithm stuff for me. And you throw me a good pair of jeans.